Hi everyone, welcome to today's live IELTS class. My name is Adrian and I'm broadcasting to you live from beautiful Budapest, Hungary, where we're having a bit of sunshine today in late fall amongst a lot of gray, rainy weather. Hi Naveen, I saw a few other members joining in. Good to see so many of you in today's class. We are doing IELTS speaking part 1 and 2 today. It is speaking, so make sure to repeat me, okay? Repeat the questions and answers and words that I use. Practice your English pronunciation. Practice your sentences and your grammar. So repeat, repeat. Again, our materials, as usual, coming from our websites, aehelp.com for academic IELTS. And if you are studying for general IELTS, do check us out at gieltshelp.com. That's generalieltshelp.com. We've got 6 full practice exams, fully interactive course, and over 100 hours of high-definition video lessons. Again, still these special discounts are on this week. Cyber Monday discount is available this week, 40% off of our full premium courses. Just use coupon code Cyber Day when you are on our websites. Hi, Farheen. Hi, Naveen. Good to see so many students. All right. Again, you can get our books in hard copy from Amazon. Search for AE Helps Academic IELTS or GE Helps General IELTS. And if you have questions about IELTS, your speaking, your writing, listening, reading, send me an email, adrian@aehelp.com. We do have writing and speaking help available on the websites. These live classes on our YouTube channel are according to Central European Time, CET. So we are usually broadcasting Wednesday through to Saturday. Today, speaking part 1 and 2. Tomorrow, listening parts 3 and 4. Then some reading, fill in the blanks, strategy on Friday. All right. So today we're going to target some fluency. So we'll be moving at a nice, comfortable pace today, targeting your speaking fluency. And here are some reminders from previous classes, some strategies about what you need to think of when you are focusing on fluency. Okay? All right. Number 1. Make sure to give full answers to each question, okay? Don't just give partial answers. In this way, IELTS speaking is not like real life, where in real life, we sometimes just give very short answers to questions. In IELTS, you want to be expressive. You want to express yourself, show your English skills and levels. Give the examiner good material to grade you on or to mark you on. Buy time. This means use expressions to ask for time. Use paraphrasing of the question to gain time. Again, show fluency. And natural fillers, okay? As long as you're not overusing and it's okay to use these to buy some time. It does help fluency. It's better than repeating the same word over and over because you're not sure about what to say. Okay, use conjunctions. So and, yet, but, nor, for, so, not only, but also, either or, whether or. Remember those correlative conjunctions. Use quantitative language, okay? If you say the house is very beautiful, it has a big garden, about 10 meters by 10 meters, roughly 100 square meters of garden space. So use quantitative language, okay? Don't just use abstract language. Abstract language is like saying, can everybody see me and hear me okay right now? It's still showing me as offline. Just want to double check here. Is everybody hearing me, seeing me okay? Can somebody say, yes, I can hear you, or yes, I can see you? All right, Pranay says, yes, you can hear me, yes, you can see me. On my end, it shows me as offline, so I just wanted to make sure because I can see myself. Thank you. All right, so use that quantitative language and then, of course, give examples. So make your, thank you, Shanu, for confirming. Awesome, great. And give examples to your answers, okay? Real world examples from your life, real measurable examples, okay? It's important that you support your explanations and your ideas with tangible examples. Tangible meaning real world, something we can taste, touch, smell, see, hear, okay? Awesome, good. Glad everybody can hear me loud and clear. We've now uh, established that there is a good connection. All right, so let's get into part one. We are going to do some repetition work. We are going to use these strategies, and we're going to push for a nice high band 7, band 8, band 9 IELTS level speaking. Okay, part one. So again, for those of you who are not familiar with IELTS speaking has 3 parts. In the first part, the examiner will ask you some questions on a general topic, make you feel comfortable, and get you speaking. All right, so part one. What is your full name? That will definitely be one of the first questions that the examiner will ask you. What is your full name? Now, type in and say nice and loud. So don't just type, students, but also say what you type at home or wherever you're at, in your study or in your library or perhaps in a cafe. Don't be shy. Just say it nice and loud. Don't worry if people in the cafe are looking at you. Why is this person talking to themselves? All right? Worry about yourself. Confidence and not caring about others' opinions is key to learning languages and learning how to speak another language. All right. So what is your full name? Give me an answer, students. I'll do the same. All right, here's a little bit of a different one. I always try to give something different for you. Samantha Bathari says, my name is Samantha Bathari and you can call me Sam. That's good. Tasha Mukhal says, my name is Tasha and my given name is Mukhal, so you can call me Mukhal. Good. Okay. And I see a lot of good answers there coming up. Parth Desai says, my surname is Desai, my given name is Parth. Please just call me Parth. All right, I gave you another one to work with here and practice in the future. Try to switch these up when you're practicing at home so you can say them naturally and you can say different sentences for this. What is your full name? Again, students, repeat after me nice and loud. My full name is Alexander Smith, but my nickname is Alex, so please just refer to me as such. Okay? Here, instead of repeating, refer to me as Alex, you can do that as well, but rather than repeating it, another way to express that is refer to me as such. Okay? So, but my nickname is Alice, so please refer to me as such. All right. And then maybe another icebreaker question. This is, again, just a very general question to make you feel comfortable for the exam. What do you like to do in the evenings? Okay, so be ready for this kind of a general question about do you work or study? What is your favorite pastime? What do you like to do in the evenings? Okay, so please answer this question. Type in your answers. I'll do the same. I'll look at some of your answers, make some corrections, then we'll do a little bit more repetition here. Again, remember to apply strategies wherever and whenever possible to really push your scores up. And again, say it nice and loud, okay? All right, I see yours, Marasa. Marasa says, well, usually in the evening I go to the park with my brother. For instance, yesterday I went to the city park, which is just a kilometer away from my home, and I played cricket with him. Very good, Marasa. Nice example in there. All right, let's see what you have. So Prabjot Singh says, in the evening, I go to the park with my brother for playing cricket. Very good. It's like the previous student. It seems like it's a good pastime for maybe many people there in India to go to the park and play some cricket. That's great. Prabjot Singh, you want to expand your answer, just like Marasa did, to go from a band 6 or 6.5 all the way up to a band 8.59. Okay? Shanzay Khan says, I mostly go for a jog with my husband around 6 o'clock in the evening. I usually run around 5 to 6 kilometers. And this way I sleep much better and have lots of energy for the next day. Okay, so again, good answer. Just expand it a little bit. Don't forget about that quantitative language. It's very good. Okay, Naveen says, I usually play cricket in the evenings after returning home from college. For instance, I played a game yesterday with my school friends around 2 kilometers away from my home. It was a lot of fun. We won, or our team won, 12 to 5. Okay, so again, don't forget that quantitative language. Here we go, ladies and gents. Repeat after me, nice and loud. What do you like to do in the evenings? I usually like to watch a movie with my family in the evenings. For instance, yesterday I watched a 90-minute documentary about the life of ants, and it was quite interesting. Okay, doesn't have to be overly complicated, just again, a really nice answer. Example, a bit of quantitative language, and believe me, your score, as long as you're not making strange grammatical mistakes, you are up at band 8-9 for sure. Okay, Preeti Sina says, after long hours, Preeti, I'll read yours because I haven't read yours yet, and there's a little bit of advantage there of being a member. It's easier for me to catch your responses and read them, so let's see, here we go. If I can find it again. Okay, I'll read Kwesi Zhang's. Well, 5 days a week after I finish work at 6 p.m., I go swimming or hang out with my friends. Kisi, when you're generalizing your answer, you need to use the simple present tense because that's the general tense, okay? So 5 days a week after I finish work at around 6 p.m., I go swimming. Okay, that tells me that generally that's what you do. By the way, welcome as a member, Kisi. I sent you some emails today, so make sure you check those out. Preeti says, after long hours of office work, I like to watch English movies on Netflix. It helps me to improve my listening and speaking skills. And there is a plug for Netflix. Yes, Netflix is a good company. All right, good job, ladies and gents. So after you get these icebreaker questions, the examiner will continue with some more part 1. The question will be on a general topic, okay? It will be a more specific topic, but it'll still be a general topic. Now here, these are all original questions, first time seeing them. They are new compositions from this week. So get ready for these original task 1 speaking questions. Let's talk about photography and videos. Here we go. Do you like to take pictures or film videos? Okay, so give me a nice answer to this question. And hint, hint, students, there is a very easy way to use a correlative conjunction for this type of question. So you should have not only, but also, both, and, either, or, whether, or. You can use any of those conjunctions when you're answering this question. Okay, so try to use that correlative conjunction style to answer this question because you're given these two components. So you should be able to use that in your answer, and that will help to push your score higher. Okay, all right. Arun Narwal says, yes, I'm a photo-conscious person, so I love to take pictures. For example, I clicked a few pics with my friends of the beach or of the mountains near my home, and the overall experience was fantabulous. You can check it out on my Facebook posts. Okay, Arun Narwal, good answer. Little bit of awkwardness in there, but for the most part, quite good. Jot Kaur. Now again, ladies and gents, do repeat me as I'm reading your fellow students' comments. Jod Kaur says, definitely, I love to click pictures. I usually take a number of videos and pics whenever I go out of whatever I find interesting. Jod Kaur, throw an example in there. For instance, yesterday at the park, I saw a very unique dog, and I couldn't help but click at least a dozen pictures and post it online. Okay, so a little bit more will really help you to increase your band score and show more fluency. Okay. Catfish says, yes, I love to take pictures. I've recently bought a new camera, Canon DSLR, and I take like 1,000 photos a day since I got it. Okay, so again, add that quantitative language in there, just a little bit more, all right? All right, let me read one more. Castro Raza, I love photography. I used to make a joke about shooting birds based on the double meaning or on the pun. It's called a pun, Kasra, shooting birds as a pun. When my family would ask me where I was going. Okay, Kesra, that's good. Just don't forget to answer the actual question. Okay, do you like to take pictures? All right, don't careful not to stray off topic. Okay, so here we go. Again, ladies and gents, I see a lot of good answers, but I still don't see a lot of answers with correlative conjunctions. Really try to get those in there because they will help your score to skyrocket into the band 8-9 category. Definitely. Not only do I love to take pics of nature, but I also enjoy filming sports videos at a nearby baseball field. For instance, last week there was a great game and I captured an amazing Grand Slam on film. Okay. Which I posted later on to Facebook. It's not that I'm doing Facebook plugs here. It's that I'm showing you how you can get an adjective clause in there. This is an adjective clause which I posted later on to Facebook or later on online. That adjective clause will help your fluency score, okay? Notice me using that not only but also correlative conjunction. That's going to really push your score. Practice those at home before you sit your IELTS, okay? Shanu Devgun says, I love to take pictures with my iPhone 9. It's not only easy for me, but I also never miss the moments, precious moments of my life. For example, last weekend, I went for a picnic with my family and took a ton of pictures. Shanu, very good. Farheen, a lot of answers coming up. I missed yours. I'll catch it next time, okay? All right, so girls and guys, again, repeat nice and loud after me. Here we go. Do you like to take pictures or film videos? Definitely. Not only do I love to take pictures of nature, but I also enjoy filming sports videos at a nearby baseball field. For instance, last week there was a great game and I captured an amazing Grand Slam on film, which I posted later on to Facebook. It got a ton of likes. Okay, here we go. Next question. How often do you take pictures of people? Okay, of people. Hint, hint, think about your vocabulary. When you take pictures of people or you paint pictures of people, that has a special name. When you're orienting your paper in Microsoft Word or on computer, you can have a landscape style orientation or something. That's the other way, okay? So think about vocabulary, paraphrasing as well. And here, I'm going to give my answer. Do the same, okay? Pay attention to the details of the questions. Thank you for your comment, Gaurav Sharma. I appreciate that, Okay, so here we go. Write down your answers. I'll do the same, and then I'll check out what you have up there. All right. Let's see what you have. All right. Parth Desai says, on special occasions, for instance, at a wedding as well as birthday parties, I like to take pictures and catch a happy moment. Parth, make sure you pay attention to the idea that this question's asking you about people. Okay, so not just anything, so not pictures of landscapes or birds or animals, but pictures of people. Okay, Amandeep says, I usually capture pictures on special occasions. For instance, last month in a marriage party, I clicked 100 pictures of many people. Who was getting married, Amandeep? Tell me that. Make it more interesting, okay? But you're on the right track, okay? At least you mentioned people, which is very important. Mohammed Zamzam says, well, it became a habit of mine since I bought my new iPhone 3 years ago. And I love taking pictures of people because it reminds me of the experiences I have with them. It's great for nostalgia. Mohammed, pay attention to my corrections there, okay? And include yourself, a habit of mine, and include the topic of the question, taking pictures of people, okay? Hank Pham says, well, I take pictures with other people very often since it is one of my interests to click selfies with my friends. For instance, yesterday I went to the park and took tons of photos with my best friend using my selfie pole. Okay, get that modern day vocabulary in there when you can. Make yourself sound natural. Show the examiner that you're familiar with language in English within the English global culture. All right, good answers, students. Repeat after me. How often do you take pictures of people? So you're asking how frequently I photograph portraits. Well, I suppose I take at least a dozen pictures of my friends and family each week, especially my 2-year-old daughter. To be perfectly honest, I also click at least a couple of selfies. All right. Notice the word portraits. A picture of a person is called a portrait. Okay. Another way to say picture, of course, is photography, or taking pictures is to take photographs. Notice this here. So you're asking how frequently I photograph portraits. This is a paraphrase of the question. That's one of the ways that you can buy time. Remember the strategy I showed you in the beginning. You buy time with paraphrasing and you increase your fluency. Okay? So don't forget to practice and switch up these strategies for your task 1 and your task 3 and your task 2. All right, next question. Here we go, ladies and gents. If I don't catch what you're writing, don't be shy. Just keep writing. Keep putting your answers in. I'm with you in spirit, even if I don't say your comment out loud. And I always try to catch different students' comments. So keep at it, okay? Don't be discouraged if I don't catch what you're writing in the chat. There's a lot of you in here. I'm trying to get to as many of you as I can. Believe me, it's quite tricky on my end as well. Here we go. Next question. Why is it important to save pictures on a computer? Okay, why is it important to save pictures on a computer? Again, ladies and gents, focus on using strategies. So don't just think, okay, I got to answer. Think about strategy, okay? All right, Sarita Mala. Meanwhile, that's a good answer for the previous question. Okay. All right. Simon Elliott is asking, do I recommend people to use idioms? Not really, Simon. I actually usually tell people to avoid idioms unless you are a 1000% sure that you're using it correctly. Not 100%, but 1000% sure that you're using it correctly. Otherwise, idioms are very confusing and they make your mark go down, okay? If you use an idiom correctly, it will make your mark go up a bit. If you use it wrong, it will make your mark go down a lot. Okay, so careful. So Vishit Hegde says, we need to find a way to get back to our collected memories, and saving them on the computer is the best way to store them and retrieve them when we feel like a bit of nostalgia. Very good, Rishit. Just remember, store instead of save. So try not to repeat the same word, save, save, save. Instead, say save, store. Okay, so switch it up. Navjot Kaur says, according to me, pictures should be saved on computers because, and I didn't catch that, Navjot, so I'm going to try to find you again here. Just give me a minute. Because it's old memories which express happiness for a long time. Okay? A little bit of an awkward grammar and word use there, Navjot, at the end. Okay? Here we go. Ziad Ibrahim says it's very important to save pictures on a computer because after many years, a person can show it to their children and explain what life was like at their age. Yeah, sure, Ziad, or you can refer to it as your own children. Yeah, that works also. Okay, good job there. All right. So I'm going to write my answer here. So just be patient with me a minute. While I do this, keep writing your own answers. I will get back to it as well. Okay, so here is my answer. Again, nice and loud, repeat after me. Why is it important to save pictures on a computer? Whether a person stores their pictures on a personal hard drive or in the cloud, this is very important to do at least once a month to safeguard these precious memories from being lost. I have over 1 terabyte of digital data saved in this way already, and I'm enjoying looking at these pictures from a year ago with my relatives. Okay, so again, notice the use of never write the word terabyte, so I don't know how to spell it, but notice the use of whether or. Okay, so whether a person stores their pictures on a hard drive or, okay, so showing you again another correlative conjunction here, whether or, applying it to this question answer, and again using some quantitative responses here, 1 terabyte of digital data, okay, and giving that example. So make sure to do that please, when you are practicing this at home. Okay? All right. Poshan Kadka says, when we save photos on a computer, it remains and reminds us of memories of past events. When we want to show it to our children, it's a very easy way to organize and find pictures from a certain time in our lives. Poshan, very good point. Yeah, computers help us to organize and find specific pictures from a specific time. They help us to label and categorize as well. So those are some great ideas. Naveen says, well, it's quite imperative to save pictures on our personal computer. It's the best way to back them up, not only when they get attacked by malware, but also formatted mistakenly. Yeah, very good, Naveen. Nice use of some technical language there. Imperative means extremely important. For those of you who are not familiar with that word, it's a nice vocabulary. Imperative means extremely important. Okay, here we go. Let's take one more task one question for today. Let's take this one here. If you could make a movie, what would it be about? Okay, if you could make a movie, what would it be about? Again, repeat after me, nice and loud. If you could make a movie, what would it be about? Give me your answers, students, and I will give you my opinion and corrections. All right? Throw it up there. Don't be shy. Nobody's judging. What's important is that you practice, okay? Practice, all right? I see lots of good answers coming up now for that previous question. Good for you. I'll read one more for the previous. Jot Kaur says, well, I think it's essential to save our images on the computer because we can save a massive number of files this way and keep them safe for a long time, compared to our mobile phones, which are smaller storage devices. Good, Jot Kaur. That was good. Okay, nice answer. All right, Sneha Gupta, that's a good start. Documentary and wildlife. Now make it into a full sentence because you're not getting high band scores for saying 4-word answers. Okay. All right, I'm going to write my answer and I'll wait for yours. All right, let's see what you've written up. So Siad Ibrahim says, it would be a sports movie. I really like soccer, and I'm a big fan of soccer players. So it would be amazing to make a documentary or film with these. Sure. And then maybe give an example. Like, for instance, I could follow around Ronaldo for a month and then cut together an interesting documentary about a month in the life of Ronaldo or something like that. Okay, Kisi Zhang says it could be a movie, which I would film a documentary. Just a moment, I'll have to go back and get that. So Kisi Zhang says, if I could make a movie, I would film a documentary of food to introduce my hometown's great cuisines to the world. Where I live in Beijing, we have some of the best pasta dishes in the world, and it would be fantastic to share this with others. Good, Kisi. Throw a little bit more in there, but you are definitely on the right track, okay? Naveen says, well, that's a good question. I'm a great fan of Fast and the Furious series, it would be really a great chance, and I would probably direct a car chase, car racing movie. I would love to direct Vin Diesel in Fast and Furious 9. Brilliant answer, Naveen. Very good, very visual. It's kind of similar to mine. Good answers, students. Jeffrey, good to see you in class. In my case, I'd make a movie about passionate young men, opens up a small vegan food stand with his high school best friends. Despite some struggles in life, while working hard, they can only pay the rent, but in the end become very successful and make a multi-billion-dollar international franchise. Something like that. Very good. Macron says, if I had a chance to make a film, I'd definitely try to do a documentary about global warming and the future possibilities of the extinction of endangered species, because I want to bring awareness to this subject for humans so we can help Mother Nature. Very good. I would finish that idea up, Macron, of why you find that to be so important, but otherwise you're definitely on the right track, and you're going to get a good score for that nice answer, okay? Here's my answer, ladies and gents. Very similar to some of your answers. Repeat after me nice and loud. If you could make a movie, what would it be about? Well, that's an interesting question. Please allow me a moment to think. Given the opportunity to make a film, I suppose I would love to shoot an action flick. Maybe get a couple of big actors like Arnold and Stallone and have them fight it out in an epic battle scene with big budget computer graphics. All right. So notice what I've done here, okay? So focus again on these strategies. Notice how I'm buying time. It's an interesting question. Most people need a couple of seconds to think about an answer. So to keep your fluency score nice and high, buy some time to think of your answer, okay? That's an interesting question. Please allow me a moment to think. Now notice here, right after, I'm getting even more time for my answer by using the format and the full conditional question. If you could make a movie, and I'm paraphrasing, given the opportunity to make a film, okay? Given the opportunity to make a film is exactly this, just another way. So lots of fluency, lots of time for me to think of a good answer. Practice this strategy at home for fluency, all right? Okay, ladies and gents, let's get to part 2. So at this stage, okay, now of course in the real exam, this will only take about 3-4 minutes, probably closer to 3 minutes. Then the examiner will say, okay, that is the end of part 1. Now we will continue with part 2. For part 2, here's a card. Please don't turn it over. The card has some questions. Here's some note paper and a pencil. You will have 1 minute to read the questions on the card, and you can take notes if you wish. Then you will have 2 minutes to speak. Are you ready to begin? Yes? I'm ready. Okay. Turn over the card. Your 1 minute preparation time begins now. So you turn over the card, and on that card you see this question. Discuss a time when you had to cancel or change your schedule. What was your schedule? Why did you have to change or cancel it? How did this affect you? What can you do in the future to avoid a similar situation from happening? You will have 1 to 2 minutes to talk about this topic. You will have 1 minute to prepare what you are going to say. All right. You're feeling confident. You know you've prepared for this type of situation. You know the right strategies. So you know that the first step you have to take is what? And Jeffrey's already on top of it. Jeffrey says, Medina, congratulations on the 8 band score. By the way, some of our students got some really nice high band scores in the last week, so congratulations to all of you if you're watching. So Jeffrey says, well, I have to identify what this is. Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it an object? Or is it an event? And here, yes, you're talking about an event. So number one, you identify that this is an event. And as soon as you know that it's an event, you know that you have to say what it is, what it was, when it was, who was there, what did you do there, what is your opinion about it. Okay? So as soon as you figured out that this is not a person, this is not a place, this is not an object that you're talking about, but this is an event, you think about these questions. What was that event? When did that happen? Who was there? What did you do there? What was your opinion about it? Now, in this situation, you realize, of course, that it's a negative. So when didn't it happen? Who wasn't there? Okay, because it's a schedule appointment that you had to change or cancel. So you try to answer those questions. Now, what's your second step? So you got that first step. Good for you. You remembered that it's an event, and you know that you need to answer these questions. It doesn't matter what the other questions are on the card. As long as you say these, you will cover your bases. Okay, you will say most answers. Now, what's your second step? Okay, before you begin answering. So I can see that a lot of students are like, okay, I want to start answering. Gaurav says I had to cancel my marriage. Okay, not a marriage program. It's just a marriage, Gaurav. We don't say marriage program. Okay, it's a wedding celebration. Okay, had to cancel the wedding is more natural. Naveen says visualize, but Mohammed Nirojazi has the answer that I'm looking for. Visualizing is very important, Naveen. Surya, absolutely visualizing is very important. But here I want to focus on what Mohammed just said and Jeffrey just said. Think about what 9 out of 10 people would answer. So think about what majority of the people would say for this. So okay, so there's an idiom for you. Think of what most people would answer to this off the top of their heads. Off the top of your head is an idiom which means very quickly without thinking. So what do you think 9 of 10 people would say if you asked them something you had to cancel or change in the past from your schedule? What would be a very common answer? Marriage would be okay. Road trip is too general, Shanu, so maybe, but let's make a list here. So marriage or wedding, sure. That could be one. Could be a tricky one. Movie, going to the movies, I would say. Okay, going to the movies. Wedding could be one. What else? A trip, sure. Try to be more specific. So a trip abroad. Trip to another country. Let's be even more specific. A date. Kisi Zhang says, I had to cancel a date. That's a very good one, okay? I'm going to do that one in capitals. Okay, date. All right. Jeffrey says a picnic. All right. I think one good one that a lot of people would say is a dental or doctor's appointment, right? Perhaps those would be easy to talk about. So a dental or doctor's appointment. I definitely liked the hike one as well. A hike or an outdoor adventure. Why? Because of the weather. So when you think about this, and in this situation, you have a really good set of answers, okay? So wedding is fairly good. Going to the movies could be a good one as well. A flight or a trip to another country could be a good one as well. Date, with a girl or a guy could be a good one as well. Picnic might be a good one as well. Dental or doctor's appointment, or a hike could be a good one as well. So the next question you want to think, maybe even before you take notes and really decide on one of these, is why, right? So why? Okay, and think of the easy why. So think of the easiest why and stick with that one. All right. So here, you could think of, why did I cancel the wedding? So why would you cancel a wedding, ladies and gentlemen? What would be a reason for canceling the wedding? Okay, and you can make this up. Okay, you might not actually be able to think of a real situation where you had to cancel or change an appointment recently. So there's a chance that you have to make up your answer. You have to practice visualizing and making up answers for part 2. Okay, so why did you have to cancel the wedding? Sami says bad weather. That's a great reason. Okay, so now we're thinking of 9 out of 10 for reasons. Bad weather. Bad weather is a very good reason. Okay, traffic accident could be. Okay. Jeffrey says the cake was eaten before the wedding started. I don't know if that would be a good enough reason to cancel the whole wedding. Okay, so bad weather, traffic accident. That's terrible. Now, an English expression for this is got cold feet. Okay, I'm not sure if any of you have heard this before, but there's a common expression in English when somebody ducks out or cancels a wedding. It's often referred to, usually the man who this happens to, but it could be the woman as well. They get cold feet. It means that they get scared and do not want to get married. They're not sure if they love that person or can be with them for their whole life. Okay? All right. Going to the movies, maybe a car accident, again, traffic accident. Bad weather is not good for this, is because movies are inside. Okay, a trip to another country. So this one could also be got very ill. Okay, so got very sick. That could be a good answer as well. That would not be a good answer for canceling a doctor's appointment, okay? So make sure that you match the answer with the reason correctly. Of course, don't get yourself into trouble. Macron says unexpected illness. All right, so you've made your choice, and then you begin your response. Now, you should, in your 1-minute preparation time, have your first sentence ready. Too many times, students, I see an IELTS candidate get stuck for the first 15 seconds of their speaking time when the examiner asks them to begin. So what I mean is, after 1 minute, the examiner will say, okay, Akash, your 1-minute preparation time is up. Please begin speaking. And then the students, like a deer caught in headlights, looking at the examiner and going, okay, what do I need to say? What should I say? What should be my first sentence? Well, there are many schedules and appointments that I've had to cancel in the past. Okay, but we don't care about that. We just care about one. So have your first sentence ready before your 1-minute preparation time is up. Okay, so decide your topic, decide your reason, and think about that first answer. All right, so think about that first answer in that 1 minute. Sorry, your first sentence in the 1-minute prep time. So when the examiner starts your 2-minute speaking time, you say a direct answer right away. All right? Right away. And I don't mean saying things like, well, I canceled many appointments in the past. In fact, I rescheduled this IELTS exam 4 times. No, don't do that, okay? We just care about the one appointment. State it directly. So something like this. Just last week, Friday, I had to cancel a movie date with my girlfriend because I got violently ill. Okay? So have a sentence like this ready to go. Okay? The speaking part, Gaurav, is not very tough if you know what you're doing and you've practiced. I know it can be intimidating, especially if you're a shy speaker, but believe me, preparation and confidence can really help you to master speaking. So don't stress about it too much. So repeat after me nice and loud. Your first sentence should be ready like this. Just last week, Friday, I had to cancel a movie date with my girlfriend because I got violently ill. Okay, students, here we go. Look at the other questions again. So discuss a time when you had to cancel or change your schedule. What was your schedule? Why did you have to change or cancel it? How did this affect you? What can you do in the future to avoid a similar situation from happening? I challenge you to choose any of these excellent topics that a lot of you suggested. So wedding, going to the movies, a date, trip to another country, a flight, doctor's appointment. This will be your homework. Please record your answer on your phone. Send it to my email as a voice recording in MP3. I will give you a score estimate for free. And if I have some time, even maybe give you a couple of pointers of how to improve your speaking, what to focus on. My email address is adrian@aehelp.com, ADRIAN @aehelp.com. Don't forget, we still have our Cyber Monday discount going this week, 40% off of our amazing premium courses. aehelp.com for academic IELTS, gieltshelp.com for general IELTS. Use coupon code CYBERDAY to get your 40% discount. Great start to the week. Excellent participation. Nice to see so many members in class. You guys are fantastic. Love you all. Keep up the good practice. Don't be shy. Don't worry about what other people think. Just talk, talk, talk. Just like me, let the words flow. Let them call you motor mouth. Let them call you laser lips. You will be speaking English at a very high level in no time. So keep up the good work. Much love to all of you. If it's late in your country, have a restful and comfortable night's sleep. Bye for now, everyone.